Ever feel like you're on a treadmill? You keep running and running, but you don't seem to be getting anywhere. We've got to figure out how to get off this treadmill. Welcome back to Brickell Pickle. I'm your host, James, here to give you an inside look. I know what you're thinking. What are we doing? Why are we back in the home kitchen making pickles? Why aren't we using the commercial kitchen? Why are we on this treadmill? We keep working and working, but with no end result in sight. Trust me, I know the feeling, but there is a method to the madness. First, it's been a few months since we've actually made pickles, so we could use a practice. But also, this is the first time that we've made them since we've become certified. This gives us a real sense of how long it takes us to process these pickles, and time is everything when you're talking about preparing food for retail sales. Second, it takes 30 days to pickle the cucumbers, so that means we gotta wait a month to try some of our new blends and flavors. Something else that's on the forefront of our minds is selling our product. How are we going to approach stores without having an actual product in hand? So we've had to make some product to approach some stores while working on that elephant in the room, our permits. If you remember back, we expected to be rocking and rolling by March. Well, April is quickly approaching. We expected to have our permits worked out before the first harvest. But as it turns out, those permits were more difficult than we expected. Early on, we were told that we could make refrigerated pickles without too much of an issue. We just had to use the words "keep refrigerated" on the label. Whereas making shelf-stable pickles, we'd have to get lab work done and we'd have to go through special processes and basically jump through a lot more hoops. So armed with this information, we submitted our paperwork to get our permits. They came back and requested additional information. They wanted to know our ingredients, our processes. No big deal, I put all that together and sent it back to the Florida Department of Agriculture, thinking that this was gonna be a smooth, quick process. But as it turns out, they reviewed all my information and responded back saying that these fell in the fermented food category, which means I've got to go through a special process with a special examiner. The special examiner requested additional information. They wanted things like a food process diagram. They wanted to know our sanitary practices and procedures. They wanted to know how we monitor the people using the equipment. They also wanted a validated process from a process authority. So in case you don't know what that is, that's basically lab work. So at the end of it all, we're gonna have to go through this lab procedure anyways. The special examiner provided us a URL to make it easier for us to reach out to some labs. I reached out to these labs and it turns out that they're gonna be able to work out this processing for us and handle all these tests for around 150 bucks. So that's not too bad, but I've gotta have a finished product to send to them. It has to be a complete finished product. And then they'll go through it, test it, and provide a validated process. See, now it's starting to make sense while we're back in the kitchen making pickles. A, we've got to have a product to shop to some of these stores, but B, we've got to be able to provide a product for testing in order to move forward with our permit. The bottom line is, our permit saga continues. You won't want to miss it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, click the bell to get notified every time we drop a new episode. Send us a comment because we'd love to hear from you, and if you enjoyed this inside look behind the scenes, let us know by smashing the like button. My name is James with Brickell Pickle saying, see you on the next one.